Hello and welcome back to the Law.ng. So today we're going to be talking about one of the examinable areas in the Nigerian law school calendar when it comes to corporate law, which is promoters and pre-incorporation contracts. So when it comes to promoters, when you think about promoters, you need to think about Section 85 of the Company and Allied Matters Act 2020. And when you think about pre-incorporation contracts, you need to think about Section 96 of the CAMA 2020. When you think about promoters, you need to think about cases like Garba and Sheba International Limited. When you think about pre-incorporation contract, you need to think about cases like Kelna and Baxter. So definitely there are other cases, and you could put one each or two cases for each of these topics, but definitely these are the cases I looked out for when it came to this particular area. So promoters. A promoter is someone who helps in the formation of the company. A lawyer is generally not a promoter of a company, except he leaves his capacity as a legal practitioner to put himself in the place of a promoter. But generally, acting in his capacity as a legal practitioner, he's not a promoter. So a promoter could be anybody. It could be a natural person, it could be an artificial person, just anybody who helps in the formation of the company, or someone who goes to register the company in the CAC, someone who helps with, buying their pre-incorporation materials, the materials that they want to use when they are finally incorporated, someone who goes around to source for this or source for that, just helping the company, before the company comes to life. The person could be termed a promoter. So for more insight, you definitely need to go and read Section 85 of the CAMA 2020. That's where you see the extensive definition of who a promoter is. But when it comes to being a promoter, these are the basic things you need to keep in mind. First of all, a promoter could be anybody. It could be a natural person, it could be an artificial person, and a promoter is not an agent of the company. A promoter is not an agent of the company because an agent, the actions of the agent binds the principal. That's the person who sends the person out, the agent out. But a promoter, when you look at the provisions of the CAMA 2020, the actions of the promoters can either be ratified or not by the company. So it doesn't make them an agent of the company. And now when you also look at the provisions of the CAMA 2020, you see that the relationship between the promoter and the company is that of a fiduciary relationship. It's not the relationship of an agent principal. So the CAMA specifically provides for the nature of the relationship between the promoter and the company. So you need to keep all this at the back of your mind when you come across a topic like promoters. And when it comes to pre-incorporation contracts are contracts that the company enters into before they are finally formed or registered as a corporate body.